يستفتونك قل الله يفتيكم في الكلالة إن امرؤ هلك ليس له ولد وله أخت فلها نصف ما ترك وهو يرثها إن لم يكن لها ولد فإن كانت اثنتين فلهما الثلثان مما ترك إن كانوا إخوة رجالا ونساء فللذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين يبين الله لكم أن تضلوا والله بكل شيء عليم.
نعم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه. We give thanks to Allah. We ask His blessing on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household companions and all Muslims. Inshallah, as we know that we have commenced our dawrah now, and what we have taken is Arkanul Irth, which means pillars of inheritance, or what we can call the components of inheritance. So for inheritance to take place, there is always the components of that inheritance. Now, what do we mean by this? Inshallah, we show something to us on the screen, and inshallah, I want us to look at that. If you look at your screen now, you see, I would like to enlarge it so that we see it very well. So we can see, so we have what we put there, so we can see clearly. So we have Arkanul Irth, so pillars of inheritance, or what we can call components of inheritance. So the first is Al-Warithu, inheritor. So do we get? So we have Al-Mawruth, the what is to be inherited. Al-Muwarrithu, Al-Muwarrithu, the raw is taking a shadda, and that is the deceased that died that have put down something to be inherited. So this Al-Muwarrith is the first thing we will look at. So there should be somebody who is who has died. If nobody is dead, the kind of inheritance cannot take place. So you can see that. So if there is no death, you can see Allah said in the Quran that يَسْتَفْتُونَكَ قُلِ اللَّهُ يُفْتِيكُمْ فِي الْكَلَالَةِ إِنِ امْرُؤٌ halaka, if somebody have died. So that is Al-Muwarris, the deceased. So there must be a death, and that is what makes Islam to be different from other religion when we are talking of inheritance. Like for instance now, what's it called in the Western world, when they are talking about inheriting, you will observe something that the person, the what they call testator, somebody who is dying or who have written a will, you will have bring out those things, or some of those things can even be implemented before his death. Do you understand now? Islam is saying that when someone is not dead, inheritance can't it can't occur. So there should be this al-muwarris. Do we understand now? So very, very important. Also is that there should be what we call al-warith. Waris is the person that wants to come and inherit what is put down. Do we understand now? So this must also occur. The person must be available to inherit the person who has died. Also very important is al-mawruth, what is being left behind, which is the estate that is to be inherited. So these three are the components or the pillars of inheritance. The same way you two in your house, there are pillars holding it. So when any of these three is not available, inheritance can't it can't take place. Like we also have Arkanul Salat. So briefly, so that's what we are discussing. So when we mention the Arkanul Irth, we are talking about what? Al-Muwarrith, Al-Warith, and Al-Mawruth. Al-Muwarrith, the deceased who died. So al-warith, the inheritor, who will inherit the deceased, and al-mawruth, the estate or the property the deceased have left behind to be inherited. So when somebody died now, for instance, we can see those who want to inherit him, but he left nothing to be inherited. So inheritance can't take place. Do you understand? In the same at the same token too, somebody died, nobody to inherit the person. Nobody to inherit the person. Inheritance can't take place. The wealth will end up being a sadaqa for all the Muslims. Do we understand now? So the also is we can't even have inheritor or what to be inherited if nobody dies. Do we understand? It's so that's why we mentioned that these three are the components of inheritance, or what we can call the pillars of inheritance. We pray Allah accept this from us as an act of ibadah. Amin. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ولكم نصف ما ترك أزواجكم إن لم يكن لهن ولد، فإن كان لهن ولد فلكم الربع مما تركن من بعد وصية يوصين بها أو دين، ولهن الربع مما تركتم إن لم يكن لكم ولد، فإن كان لكم ولد فلهن الثمن مما تركتم من بعد وصية توصون بها أو دين، وإن كان رجل يورث كلالة أو امرأة وله أخ أو أخت فلكل واحد منهما السدس، فإن كانوا أكثر من ذلك فهم شركاء في الثلث من بعد وصية يوصى بها أو دين غير مضار، وصية من الله، والله عليم حليم.